You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, how we doing? Welcome to Miscast Commentary, a coming attractions episode. I'm Joe Fidley.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
Lots to talk to you guys about
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, a lot of shit going on out there.
A lot of shit, a lot of finality, a lot of new beginnings.
You had a very the final countdown. That was like your whole weekend.
Sunday alone was a day of just sheer finale.
Not only, and that's just the final day of the week anyways. So
Yes.
see how that even worked out, like,
Or it's the first day of the week, depending on who you talk to,
or
right?
when you go to bed.
It's tough.
Holy shit.
But yeah, I had recorded the Big Bang Theory finale, because this didn't.
There's
record
no
again.
big
What the fuck?
banging.
But
No big banging at all.
but I started to
Weep uncontrollably.
weep uncontrollably. Yeah,
Right when the bare naked ladies. I always cry uncontrollably when the bare naked ladies start singing.
But I had recorded the episode because I was working, and so I watched it on Sunday. And on Sunday, so I watched that first, and then I took my wife to see Avengers Endgame, and then we watched the Game of
When
Thrones
she
finale.
broke up with you.
No, she enjoyed it very much.
Oh.
And man, it was just a day. I was like, the only way it could have been more final is if I would have died or just like disappeared.
Maybe your heart stopped at some point during the finale of one of these things.
They may have. I went through my entire thing of popcorn.
What
fast.
would you rate the final season of Game of Thrones out of 112?
Ooh, like 102.
That's pretty good.
I liked it a lot. The last episode was a come down, and I understand why that bugs some people. But it is what it is, right? The war was over. I'm trying not to spoil too much for Todd because we're gonna be doing something with Game of Thrones. Actually, maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. It's not coming for a couple of months, but we can talk about that a little bit.
I'm coming all day.
I'm trying not to spoil it, but the big stuff was over, and it was about finding out what happens next. And I liked
What do you think, everybody?
You know?
Because it's very split. People are like, I hate it. I fucking. They're done with Last Jedi. They're like, okay, Last Jedi's not gonna happen. We're not gonna remake Last Jedi, but we will get the entire season remade for Game of Thrones. And in the end, whoever wins this Game of Thrones should do the thriller.
It also has to be the person I picked, or it's still going to be bad.
Yeah. What if they did the thriller? Like they look into the camera, suddenly their eyes are...
It would be better, but it would still be the worst thing ever and have ruined my childhood.
What? Your childhood was always ruined.
I know.
By that guy in the park.
Oh my God. Constantly with the touching. And I kept going back.
I know, right?
He had the finest candies.
The swings are always directly past him, no matter what direction you come from.
He knew how pendulous I swung, so he just had his hand out and I just slide into it, just like whoop, whoop.
He had a massive penis. No swinging required.
Yeah. He was inside me a bunch.
He's inside me right now.
Hey, Dex. What were we
Inside
saying?
all of us in some way.
I know. No, but my whole thing with Game of Thrones is, and with everything else now, is everything is so... People are taking such offense, and now everybody believes that they can just whine to get what they want.
I'm offended by their offense.
Right? And it's just like, I'm going to just complain and complain and complain, and that's going to get me what I want. And like, I wish
on your anonymous comment blog.
Yeah. I legitimately wish that certain subjects were just banned from social media. Like, it just automatically,
everything?
if you wrote Game of Thrones, it just automatically tossed it in the
shuts
trash.
you out for
Or
5 minutes.
No, not even 5 minutes. I'm not interested in hearing.
Cares.
I don't want any of your friggin' opinions on it. But it's just one of those things where it's like, enough already.
So when you type in like Game of Thrones, it tells you to fuck off, and then a fax comes out. You don't even have a fax machine of George R.R. Martin's penis drawn like a dragon.
I'm willing to bet it looks like Drogon.
Oh, fine. I don't know what that is, but I'll bet you it looks just like that.
Well, it doesn't look like Viserion, I'll tell you that much. Jesus.
Could you imagine? Okay, now this is the real trilogy movie.
All right.
George R.R. Martin, Guillermo del Toro,
Peter
Peter
Jackson
Jackson together, naked. Hot tub. Is that like a mirror match of sex? It's like the same guy.
I'm trying to picture. This is what I think. I think that George R.R. Martin is going to dock onto
Yeah.
a thing, onto George Lucas, and
Onto Lucas.
and then Guillermo del Toro has a Cthulhu-shaped foreskin, and
Right.
it just opens up and swallows
Over
both
all
of
of them. Yes, I like that.
Do we have any artists fans? I would love very much for you to.
I'm gonna get that
draw that.
tattooed on myself.
Draw that and send it to us, and I swear to you, we will make it our T-shirt.
I
and I will give you
will.
all of the money from it.
Wow. Well, the whole 270. I was gonna say $2.75.
That's
and then I
that's more
accidentally
accurate.
fucked up with 275, which is way more impressive than it ever will be. That's not true.
But speaking of fans, good news, bad
Oh my
news.
god, did somebody attack you?
Yeah, no. We've been getting phone calls,
Oh my god.
but nobody's left
Is it
any
from
messages.
realtors?
Nobody's left any messages.
Oh my god, it's like when you called, well, there's the guy we used to have here, Captain Video. And
Yes.
he used to have a show you could call in.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was awesome. I mean, we might have mentioned it before.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was like that. Maybe they get like, I guess I don't know.
I can't.
Maybe they're too, it's actually Grafrau. She's like, I need to tell them I exist. Help me. She needs help too.
why
and
is
she's-
she like European?
I don't know. She could be whatever you want.
No, she can't. Well, not very, or whatever you want. They're like Ashburn, Virginia, San Francisco, California.
Oh, yeah.
And
Maybe she's got that accent. Maybe she woke up one day like that lady who knew
Mountain View,
German.
California. What?
And now she
yeah.
speaks like that.
Oh, that's weird. That's such a thing too.
Yeah, she got hit by a horse at the old petting
German,
zoo.
a
Yeah,
Nazi horse.
Yeah.
But anyways, if you call us, leave a message. We want to hear from you, and we will play
So badly.
And if you don't want to, if you just want to
badly.
leave a message, but you don't want us to play it on the air, that's fine.
Just say something.
Just say something. Just say, please don't play this, and we won't. We're not.
You don't
dicks.
have to turn it on. Just say something.
Yeah.
Anything. I'm dying out
Please.
here. Even just breathing. Just breathe.
What it might be too, I will let you know because I've test called it, and it takes like 6 rings for the answering machine to come
6
on.
rings.
It's 6 or 7
Jesus.
rings or something like that, and I can't change it.
Well, now they think. Okay, I was gonna say. Now they think that they're putting you out. Like
No.
7 rings. You're gonna be like, what?
No.
There should be an answering machine message, and then you go, haha, we're not here. Boop. You know.
Yeah. No, it only goes to my phone. I can make it go to my phone, but only when I'm like active and like doing something that I can answer it or whatever.
It should
Otherwise,
be-
it just rings and then goes to voicemail.
It should be
without me knowing.
diverted directly to the police because whoever calls our line is a degenerate.
And we love you for it. But all that aside,
Pick up the phone.
we got a lot to talk about. I had just a little bit of news that came in. I was just reading today for that Falcon and Winter Soldier miniseries and whatever. Rumors are that Emily Van Camp is in talks to reprise her role as Sharon Carter from Civil War and
Sweet.
all that stuff, and Winter Soldier. And Daniel Bruhl is in talks to reprise his role as Zemo.
Oh, cool. I liked him as Zemo, actually.
I thought he was good, and it
Yeah.
was so.
Wasn't he the real bad guy part 3?
He was the real bad guy of Civil War.
Oh, Civil War. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was pretty
So,
cool, actually.
yeah, I
Pretty
liked him.
slick. Pretty slick, bro.
I liked him a lot.
My brother. That wasn't him from...
No, that wasn't
That
him.
was the other guy.
I can't remember that guy's name, but I can confirm he was a person.
He was a weird guy.
Yeah.
He just plays like a quiet...
Well, when you sound like that, then what choices do you have? So that was just an interesting thing. We're gonna see more Marvel editions, which means you could probably expect similar things with the Vision. And
When does that thing come out?
they start shooting it next year.
When's Disney Plus come out? The end of the year? or
End
something?
of the end of next year.
And then next year.
Oh no, end of this year. Sorry. Sorry, I
way
was
back.
forgetting what part of the year we were currently in. And that
Okay,
was really
so they've
screwed.
just opened the Disney
Yeah, let's hear about this.
Galaxy's Edge, which I think is a razor.
Well, it actually
I
doesn't
mean, with the
it doesn't
power of
open till-
space.
It doesn't open until next week in California, in August in Florida.
Oh yeah, because Florida is later.
Yeah, they
isn't
start-
Florida the main one?
Ish.
that.
Well, they opened Disneyland was the
I
first
wouldn't
one.
even open it then. I'd be like, we get it first or nothing.
Forget it. No, but
We're
it
opening
was,
up Q-Bert Land.
they started building it later because I think it had something to do with the. There were building schedules that had to
Right.
be met, things like that. Whatever.
So you get 4 hours
Yes.
in this whole thing, which I think is a ripoff. But
Well, you don't. It's not a ripoff because it's the same. It's not additional money.
okay, as long as you can get, I know, but as long as you can get on the rides and everything,
Yeah.
then it's okay. If you can't get on the rides, like they'd be pissed. But they said after 4 hours, if you don't leave,
Yeah.
stormtroopers find you.
I fall.
And they know, I'm serious. They said that stormtroopers, somebody comes to find you. It's got to be stormtroopers or somebody, and they escort you out.
That would be amazing.
But I also heard that there's a jail, like a known jail. So
Yes.
I wonder if they throw you in jail.
I doubt it.
Which would be super cool because you'd be sitting there for like you're stuck for an hour sitting in jail and there's like an alien guard walking. But these people are going to be liquored up.
No, I think quite literally they're just going to say, "Hey, your time's
go.
up," and they're going to bring you to the.
Yeah, it's going to be
the edge and
stormtroopers or
just
something
gonna-
cool though.
If it's stormtroopers
Yeah.
or even, I think it would be more likely just officers.
Okay, maybe
Because-
officers, but
but like-
I heard a
Yeah.
little birdie tweet told me
Yeah.
that it's going to be stormtroopers.
Are they in your ear now?
I got my all the time, bro.
Who are they telling you to
all
kill?
the time? Oh god, you don't want to know.
Oh, I knew it was me.
Oh yeah, it's always you.
I'm sad.
I don't do it though.
Thank you. I
It's a
appreciate that.
struggle every fucking day.
I know.
Like you're gonna get the balls and kill Joe and then blow your fucking brains out so you can be together in the love land
I love
for
the love
eternity.
Finally.
Sick of this shit. Let's go out like Thelma and Louise right now. Yeah, no, this is like Europe. I'll drive. No, is this the right side?
In Europe.
Yeah, we're in Europe. I love you.
I'm indifferent.
I'm Shh, shut up. Jesus Christ.
We're gonna wake everybody. You saw John Wick 3?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
It was wicked.
Good news. Okay, so next.
Awesome.
No.
Awesome movie. It's the same thing
Yeah.
as the second, the same thing as the first. It was so wicked.
Yeah, it's just nice that they've kind of nailed that down again. I mean, I think Equalizer is. I mean, it's not quite as badass, but equal. Like
Right.
I love Equalizer.
The
and
same.
It's just like
Is that Antoine Fuqua?
yeah.
Fukuyu?
Fukuyu. Oh, fuck, man.
Fukumi? Fukuyu.
I'm so upset that you corrected your correct pronunciation. You're like, I said it, and it's like, nah, fuck that.
That doesn't sound right.
That's not enough
Doesn't sound
syllables.
right?
Not enough syllables for my taste.
Fukuisha.
That's racist. But yeah, it's so it has
Okay,
already
awesome.
greenlit part 4.
I think it was 55 mil.
So
I think it would cost 55 mil. My
Yeah.
prediction, because the first one was like 20 mil.
Yeah.
The second one was like 35, and this
Yeah.
one got like 55.
yeah. Well, it's like that whole it's like the whole thing with what's it called? Fast and Furious. I mean, the first ones, I mean, they had a budget, but they weren't gigantic. But
Right.
now they have like a $400 million
This
budget.
one, I'll
'cause
bet
they're
you
built to
this
make
one will-
900 million.
This one will bump up to 100 mil, I'm thinking.
Probably.
Yeah. This one's making a lot of money, a lot of
And that'll
noise.
well, it's going to have to because Keanu's making more and more per movie.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're bringing in more stars.
Yep.
Like they brought in Hallie for this.
She was
one.
fucking awesome in it, too.
Good. I'm
She was
glad to hear it.
awesome.
I'm glad to hear it because it really bums me out when people kind of phase out for no reason.
Nobody overstayed their welcome in this film either.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Which means he kills everybody immediately.
Awesome. Like, you'll never get tired of watching people get their brains blown out.
He's just like, hi, how are you?
And you could tell that some of it was like a special effect.
Yeah.
Like when a motorcycle is flipping on top of a guy. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm okay with it.
I'm fine with
Or like when he's close up on the motorcycle and he's fighting dudes, you're like, okay, like I clearly I think it's but it looks really good. Like it
Good.
still looks really good.
Good. So
Go
yeah.
see it. That's a fucking winner right
So
there.
yeah,
man.
so I'll be interested to see what kind of plans they have for 4.
Don't go see Avengers Endgame for the 9th time.
No.
Go see John Wick 3.
Go see it only because go see Avengers for the 9th time, and I'm only saying this because it's so close to beating Avatar. It was at last count. It was at
worldwide.
It was at $2.625 billion worldwide. 2.7 is the threshold for.
I read something today on one of those movie websites that said they were kind of disappointed that it didn't make us more.
I think they
And I
thought they
was
were going to
like,
make this
what?
much.
Like
I think they honestly thought they were going to make this much money faster.
that's ridiculous.
what they were-
absolutely ridiculous.
But it's gonna get there, and I need it to because Jim Cameron is smug.
No, he even came out with the thing said you sank the Titanic.
He did, and that was nice. But I mean, like, I don't know.
He'll be back.
He'll be.
I think Avatar 2 is gonna make a shit ton of money.
It'll make a shit ton of money. It's not gonna come close to the first one.
Hey man, I think it is. I think once people go and sit in the theater and watch it, they're gonna get all swept up again.
Yeah.
There's a whole generation of sappy motherfuckers
Yeah.
out there that are gonna be like, "This is it."
But the problem was about half the people who were like, "What a beautiful movie," also were like, "And it was terrible."
right?
And then they're like a second.
Yeah, it
one's
did
coming
look
out.
awesome.
It looked great, but it was not
But
a good movie.
Nah, it wasn't really.
And well, people have their whole. It was a ripoff of Pocahontas thing, so that was its
What
own
isn't?
thing. And, exactly. And then there was, and then yeah, it was just like it was garbage writing. It was bad storytelling. There was only a few people who were particularly good actors in the movie,
That's for sure.
and so
We'll see what happens. I still think it's gonna make a shit ton.
I'm so worried to see Sam Worthington again because I assumed he's been homeless since the last one. He's like, he did that, what was it, the Clash of the Titans or whatever, and then that was the end of it, right?
So he's been in like the best 3D movie to the worst 3D movie. He's like run the 3D spectrum.
Well, he has, and you know, all he did was a bunch of things that just made people mad. He did that Terminator Salvation.
Yep. Oh, the new Terminator preview dropped today.
Yeah.
Yesterday. A poster.
I haven't seen it
or
yet.
Tomorrow.
There were some photos and stuff like that. I saw some Last Jedi photos. They've got some more Last Jedi information out, which I've actually
Is that this year?
down here. It's December.
Fuck, man, that's a long time.
And yeah, it is. And
fuck.
they confirmed that you will see the Knights of Ren in action in this one. So that's good news.
Cool.
Is
it bad news?
That's
but
great
cool
news.
For us.
Yeah.
Are they bad?
Yeah, they're bad guys.
They're bad dudes.
Yeah, they're Kylo Ren's dudes. You see them in the first one, so you kind of expected you were going to see them in the second one, and you didn't. And it's like, oh, now there's pressure on them. But so I'm sure that's going to ruin somebody's childhood.
Oh, yes.
But
wow.
Yeah, I know. So
I like to, you know, when people's childhoods are ruined for awesome reasons, you know, like the proper ones, like the drunk uncle at the party, or, you know, I fell down and smashed my brain open on a, you know, one of those, like a skateboard or one of those stupid fucking things, like one of those pogo balls, like smashed my brain. Now it's like, I didn't like this show.
I just found out that my special basement games with Father McCullen weren't special basement games at all.
I know, he played those with me too.
I know,
he said I was special. What's with all the other kids?
You weren't really, yeah, exactly.
What the fuck?
Most of them had Down syndrome too. So they won't tell.
Unless they're like Corky.
Yes, yeah, Corky will get down. He spoke to Congress, so you know he's gonna speak to them.
Fucking right. Spoke to my heart.
Right?
Fucking right, he did.
Oh man. So what else do we got to talk about?
What the hell else happened out there?
So a lot of stuff going on.
Shit, I forgot. Oh, this is what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
World of Wrestling. Okay, big thing coming out right now. Apparently, back in the day, Ashley Massaro has killed herself.
Oh, is that what happened? I knew she died.
Apparently, she was always in this horrible depression because she was raped at a tribute to the Troops show. And when she went backstage and told McMahon was like, don't say anything to anybody because like you'll ruin the whole thing will be like ruined. And you'll make the Troops look bad and make us look bad and blah, blah. So she just like sat on that forever. But it's coming out now. This is the thing. I don't know if it's going to be buried, but apparently Vince, you know.
Well, once it's out, it's out. There's no burying it again, right?
Well, I mean, you can try and just not, you know, whatever they do to. But we'll see what happens, man. That's pretty fucking lame. If that's true, that's pretty fucking lame.
That's very lame, but on top of that, it's just tragic. It's
yes.
I didn't know what had happened to her. I because again, I don't follow it that much, but I did hear that she had passed. And yeah, that sucks. And I mean, like, you know what's so sad too? I just dismissed it as another young wrestler died.
Yeah.
Chalk it up.
Yep.
Like, right?
Yep.
So,
a rage heart attack, like while they're driving.
Yeah. Well, it's like when we see, like, we've got, like, our Comic-Con has, like, the Killer Bees and, like, all these people coming. It's like Brutus the Barber Beefcake is hosting
Is Taker still on the thing?
He's still on the thing. In fact, they extended him.
Whoa.
They were like, and I was hearing it. They were like, regarding the Undertaker's schedule. I'm like, here we go. And they're like, yeah, he's going to be available for longer, so we're going to book more time.
Oh, so he's probably all booked up, eh?
So, who knows? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But the, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's its own thing. I read today as well, or last night actually, Dan Aykroyd is with Ivan Reitman starting a production company called Ghost Corps.
No way.
And he has just written a prequel series to Ghostbusters.
No shit.
That will take place in 1969.
Huh.
So I have no idea what that
It's like the young Ghostbusters.
Well, my thought was, is it about like young Ray?
Right.
Like, cause like studying and like this sort of stuff? Because it's obviously they don't become Ghostbusters till the 80s if you follow like
maybe they've all had supernatural run-ins and that's what it'll be about. That's what that piqued their interest, so they wanted to go into this ghost hunting. The origin story that brings them together. Oh, I can't wait to see what happens to Ernie Hudson's character in the 60s. It went great for black people back then, right? That one's each one will get their own movie. That one's pretty deep, pretty dark.
That's when you find out he's actually very affected when they see when people like take out the proton packs and like start going because it reminds him of the hoses
back in the day,
right? So I don't know why that's laughter inducing, but it's you laugh because you can. It's either laugh or cry, baby.
It's really ugly when I cry.
Yeah,
And you're like, well, it's pretty ugly when you laugh, but I'm like, you don't want to see crying.
yeah, but it's
Wow.
but it's better for you.
Yeah,
So-
it's good for you. It's a good cry every now and then.
I know.
Quentin's movie, people are watching the new Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, a lot of that going on.
Divisive is all everything is. It's just, like you said before, just watch it yourself.
Yeah, I'm done.
Just fucking watch it yourself.
Well, and going again with divisive, again, because literally everything is.
Don't go on Metacritic and base that on your...
I don't know if it's just the politics of the world that make things divisive, or if it's the divisiveness of the world that have made politics so divisive.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? I think it's
meter.
I think it's the latter of the two, right? But the what's it called? Twilight Boy there.
Oh, Robert Pattinson is
as
also
Batman.
in trouble now because, like, who would they hire then? Because it's like, they're like, how can the guy from Twilight? Because that's all they know is, like, he was in Twilight. Because isn't he still the same age and looking, the same? Yeah.
Well, and
he's not an actor playing a role.
They were looking for somebody in their late 20s, early 30s. And then they had, who was it? It was him. It was one other person, an Army Hammer. And I was like,
oh, that's right.
And I was
Bobcat Goldthwait's not in the running at all.
I am the darkness light.
That would be awesome.
But I'm fine with it.
I'm all right with it too. Yeah, let's see what he's got.
Save your judgment, folks.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this. I am a reformed freaker outer. I've said this before on the show. My last freak out was Daniel Craig. I was like, he doesn't look anything like Bond. Blah, blah, blah. And then I started to think about that, and I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? And then I was kind of like, well, I don't know the guy. Maybe like I don't know anything. No, I'm not saying personally.
You have this argument with yourself about Daniel Craig as Bond.
But I'm not saying I know him like I don't know him personally. I'm like, I don't know him as an actor. I'm like, so that maybe that's also throwing me off or whatever. And then my buddy loaned me Layer Cake. He's like, watch this and you won't have a problem with him being Bond.
Right.
And I did, and I didn't have a problem with him being Bond after
I still want to see that Steven Soderbergh one about them robbing the bank.
Yes.
What's it called?
It's called Kylo Ren and James Bond.
That's it. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it.
That's exactly what it's
That's
called.
supposed to be good, actually.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. It was one that I just let pass me by, and then I forgot about till you mentioned it just now.
Like most Soderbergh tales.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thought you were quitting 50 years ago, bud.
Yeah. You quit. You quit halfway through Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
But
fuck, they all did. No. Not Clooney. He's a consummate pro.
Hey, I still enjoy those movies, and specifically because you could tell that they're just like they just had the run of the place, and they were just having fun with it. It was like old Rat Pack.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that.
I'm not the biggest fan of those movies.
I
like
like
a big wank job.
I,
That's what it should be. That's the job. That's the heist they're pulling off.
That was the
How can
thing.
they all wank each other
And
off
the
and
other
nobody
thing too
noticing?
is it should have had $1 billion budget to have all those giant names, and it didn't, which meant they were happy to all take cuts to just be
because at the
together
time
and
being in a
chill out.
Soderbergh movie was like, being in whatever, Christopher Nolan
Soderbergh.
movie or something, I don't know.
Being in a Yarmouth from Now to the Life movie.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, remember that?
Wow.
You remember that one about Swedish rape?
Oh, how could I forget?
Yeah, exactly. It starred
I was the producer.
Bjork as the penis.
Bjork.
And she's just, I don't know. She's Icelandic. I do know that they're different countries, but you can also cast people from different countries. It happens. Stellan Skarsgård did play the anus, though.
Swedish rape. I'm not just a member. I'm also the president.
I don't know what that means, but I love it. Well, let's talk about next week.
Fudge.
All right, we'll talk about fudge later.
Let's talk about fudge.
We got to talk about next week. I'm going to be honest.
You ever seen them make fudge?
Oh, yeah.
Totally awesome. It's like sex. It like pours out and they like smear it with this big fucking pizza flipper thing.
And then
Ooh, yeah. You like put your dick in there.
Yeah.
He can't hear you through the glass. He knows what you're saying though. You put your dick in there.
got a hole. It's nice and smooth.
It's called the hog dipper.
But I'm going to be honest. I'm going through a little bit of a Marvel withdrawal.
Oh, are you?
I am.
I'm fucking awesome off it, man. I'm like, woo! It's like quitting smoking or something. Like, man, I should have done this years ago.
Yeah, but here's my thought. Here's my thought. I think we should dip our toes back in.
Oh, for the fuck.
But
oh, for the love.
But we're waiting on the new movies to come out. Like
Are we gonna go to the future and watch them and then do them? Like,
No, we're gonna
my
go.
God.
We're gonna go sickeningly into the past.
Oh fuck.
Sickeningly into the past.
Oh fuck. Roger Corman's The Avengers.
Oh, I don't even know if you can
That's
actually
sickeningly into the past.
There was a documentary about how that's not even available to get, so I don't think that
It's
we'll be doing that.
clobbering time.
It is clobbering time, but we're going to go to 1989. No, not 1989, 1986.
6.
And we're going to go watch Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
The original studio
What
Marvel
a fucking
movie.
Wow.
Directed by weirdos. Produced by George freaking Lucas.
What a film. What a tour de force.
Marvel. George Lucas. How can you go wrong?
You can't. You can't.
Just watch
Or
this.
can you?
Of stars lies another world, a world almost exactly like ours. This is where he lives. He's 27 years old, single but searching. Favorite sports, windsurfing and Aikido. Favorite pastimes, cigars and sex. He has everything except fulfillment. And then one night, it happens.
Hey, good buddy, are you home?
He has a very sudden midlife crisis. He lands in Cleveland.
You do know why you were sent to me.
Listen to me, small visitor. I can explain how you got here.
Maybe you're here for some greater purpose, some cosmic cause.
Here, he's forced to reassess his career goals,
You went to med school?
to explore new relationships, to redefine his self-image,
I'm sorry, we don't allow pets on the premises.
to adjust to a changing lifestyle, until he discovers just who he really is.
Oh, no.
A duck in big trouble.
That's a duck, man.
Howard the Duck, trapped in a world he never made. Coming from George Lucas, a Willard Hike film, a Gloria Katz production.
All right, guys, that is it. And
Wow.
how excited are we?
Wow.
I think we're pretty excited. I'm pretty excited. I don't know. What else do we got?
I'm sure before there was all types of topics that I no longer remember.
We were,
I'm getting a new mattress. Woo!
ooh, Todd's going to sleep like a goddamn baby.
It's
Now
my
you'll get the
time.
energy out of him,
And
right?
I'll just have, no, it won't happen.
No.
No.
Sorry.
It's not the mattress. I didn't realize now it's the other side punching me, snoring.
Yeah.
I get farted on a lot. Food eating, like giggling.
Maybe take your old mattress and create a wall.
Oh.
It's like a T wall.
Like floating. Sometimes I wake up, she's floating.
like Zoom.
I'm like, oh my God, like
well, there's a lot to
it's worth
Unpack
it.
there.
Worth every day. No, but that is going to be, I don't think I've slept on a lot of couches in my day, a lot of alleys under a lot of bridges. It's time to settle down.
inside a lot of tauntauns.
Yeah, yes. I call them tauntauns.
Yeah.
Those poor homeless men.
Yeah.
Those poor homeless men.
I cut them open.
Their families had no idea that it was me. I showed up at various events. I felt bad
He's always
for
at the-
cutting them open and living in them for a season.
He's always a season. They last 4 days.
And then
Max.
I'd show up and then like I'm all floppy and the face is all moving. Like, you smell a lot better than you used to. Come
Yeah,
on, get in
exactly.
here.
God damn it! You smell like the inside of a dead hobo. I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, I think that wraps it up for this week, man.
Wrap it up.
You know what?
Wrap it up.
So thank you very much.
Is that ours now? Oh
What?
my God, wrap it up.
Yeah, seems like an
You
off-
can make it as big if you're a really good rapper. You
Yeah.
you wrap piece of tape, then the bow it up.
seems like an awful waste of time, but
Doesn't it though? I get paid by the minute
I mean,
in this podcast world.
yeah,
This shit, I'm not free. My services aren't free.
no, for
I'm
sure.
paying a Pepsi.
Yeah, exactly. So start paying us Pepsi.
Yeah.
For the love of
Where's
God.
bring the Pepsi points back?
Just bring us
Give me something to live for.
Just bring us the truck and just unload some cases, and then we will be brought to you by Pepsi. We are actually very cheap for sponsorship.
As you can't tell by
Yeah.
this setup that we have here. Look at this. That ain't fucking cheap.
No, it's not cheap. I'm just gonna stare at them until
And
they
our
feel guilty.
services are expensive in theory,
Yeah,
but it's cheap. Like what I'm saying is like you're getting quality for nothing.
yes. But if you want to give us something, you can donate to us
Yes,
via PayPal.
absolutely.
Go to the website, follow the links.
I have 2 shirts. This is one of them.
This is my shirt. I literally had to design this shirt and still buy it.
To get a shirt, he had to design his own shirt
Yeah,
and then pay for it.
which you guys can buy on TeePublic. Give us money.
Yeah, hook us up. Call us first and tell us how much you love the shirts,
Yeah, man.
or how much you think the prices are too much.
I don't
Are they?
have control
I don't know. I
of
think
it.
they're
No,
pretty
they're
good.
actually quite good.
I think they're very, very modestly
Actually,
priced.
as we speak right now, they're 35% off on TeePublic. So go check them
Holy
out.
shit!
Bing. So
It's
actually,
not
I can
there,
do-
but it could be.
it can be right now. Watch
See, if you
this.
donate us money, we might be. Boom! Look at that.
It's up, bitches.
We got crazy deals going all over the place. Remember that guy who was like Seinfeld, and he was in those hot. Look at all these hot, sexy babes.
Oh my god.
And he's like, what was his
which
name?
one
Like,
was it? I know who you're talking
and then there was
about.
like, oh, it's me. I'm just like Rodney Dangerfield, only I'm like that. I'm sort of like the funny pimp for these girls. Call the number.
Oh god.
What was that?
I know what
we
you're
need
talking
that ad. We should have an ad.
We
like
used
that.
to watch those incessantly when we were young. I fell
We
in love.
had. It's like it's like I
can't remember.
already
It was one of the-
jerked to Baby Blue 2.
Yes.
So now I'm awake. I'm like, I've had 14 liters of pop and like 4 bags of chips.
Yeah, I was on my come down from Return
Yeah.
to Two Moon Junction, and
Fucking right
see,
on.
shirt.
Return to
Proof.
Two Moon Junction.
There's the Infinity Gun. We got to get that one for you still. But yeah, by all means, we do want you to call us. So it's 289. It's 1-289-769-3288. Call the number. Let it ring. Tell the thing. If you want to leave a message, it will pick up on the voicemail. You will hear my voice. Leave a message. If you don't want to wait for that, if waiting for 6 rings is too much for you, leave us a text. We'll read the texts. We can do that too.
A sext.
I might even just load them into like an automatic voice thing, so it sounds like a robot is telling us that we're mediocre. But
The show is terrible. I can't believe I waited 6 rings to tell you that. Click. And the robot even says,
I'm so sorry that you didn't like the show.
I
But
like that.
I'm
Talk through a kazoo.
I'm pretty great at everything. But, sorry. But yeah,
So says his therapist.
So call us. Find us on Twitter at Miscast Podcast. Go to our website, miscastcommentary.com. Wasn't kidding about that PayPal thing. You can find links if you want to donate.
Hook
to
us
the show.
up, man.
Just little money. I don't want people donating real money.
Yes, I do. I do. He doesn't. I do.
Okay.
I'll take a big. That billionaire just paid for all those kids' school.
I know.
Hook me up.
And people were mad about
Go back
that.
to school.
Except the guy in Fox News, he's like, hey, why can't, if everybody's complaining about and wanting free tuition and stuff, why don't we just get the all the billionaires, your Bezos and stuff, and get them to pay for all their school? It was, and then like somebody just kind of like played that clip and you're like, you mean like giving free tuition by taxing the rich? so
No, come on, that's crazy.
So Fox News guy just got fucked over because I don't know. I guess they're losing so many sponsors that they're just like losing their minds.
Oh, it doesn't
as
matter.
well.
They just have some guy sitting there now.
Brought to you by.
They're like, hey, they just go up to somebody in the street and they're like, what do you think about the other races? And then what? Hate them. What do you think about climate change? What's that? Get up here. Like,
You're
get up
in.
here.
Do you happen to know a blonde woman as well? Hey, sugar tits, get over here.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
she comes out, you're like, ah, and she's like, oh, we can make that up.
Her tits aren't actually made of sugar.
Yeah. How do you feel about the Me Too movement? I love getting fucked. All right.
I asked for it. She sounds like she's half pterodactyl.
I saw a woman who looked exactly like that today too.
A
Get
pterodactyl
her on-
woman?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh my god.
But all that stuff. So yeah, so miscastcommentary.com. Email us podcast at miscastcommentary.com. Twitter at miscastpodcast. Instagram at miscastcommentary. I'm at JK Finley on both of those social media. Todd's at miscasttodd on Twitter. So find us, love us, tell a friend. Force your friend. Just get into a conversation. I don't want you to like tackle them and go, watch Miscast commentary. I feel like that'll be counterproductive. I think it'll be hilarious, but I think it'll be counterproductive. But what I think we should do,
You probably wouldn't watch out of spite if somebody like tackled you. We're like, watch this. You'd be like, no, fuck you.
you know what movies we've done, or you can find them on the website and stuff
right.
like that. So you can just be sitting there and be like, hey, you know that movie? Hey, there's a commentary that or a podcast that did a commentary on that. You should check them out.
You could even start it off by like, you ever seen Lord of the Rings?
Never heard of it.
Well, you have a great time to watch it. It's this podcast.
Yeah.
It's called. If I knew the name of another podcast, I would have said it now as a joke, but I don't because there's only one podcast. This fucking one.
Even I subscribe to it, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
He hates everything.
It's true. But I mostly hate myself, which makes it even that much harder to subscribe.
Exactly, right? See, look at the sacrifices he's making.
It's not easy, guys.
I know. So you can every day somebody like Joe cries because you won't give him money. But now's your opportunity.
Yes.
You can send Joe money.
Oh, I wish I had a graphic for that because that would have been ideal. Okay.
So this is Christmas. This is Joe.
No, but I'm gonna put in whatever the current thing is, so we don't have to only do it during like December-ish.
Oh.
So this is Arbor Day.
So this is
International
Monday.
Donut.
Yes.
Start getting into those awful ones.
Okay, let's get out of here.
All right, guys. We will see you next week. Howard the Duck. Marvel. We won't be stepping back into Marvel for a little while, probably at least until next year, when we'll probably do Captain Marvel and Endgame back to back or some shit like that. We'll see. In the meantime, we love you guys.
Duck bills make the mills.
I don't understand what any of that means, but I'm on board. All right, we will see you next time.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast media production.